to acknowledge our special guests who continue to stand with Planned Parenthood and lend their names to supporting our mission. Martha Plimpton, who is a member of the Planned Parenthood Federation of America Board of Advocates, and you will hear from her shortly. Jill Scheuer, Board Chair of Planned Parenthood Hudson Peconic, and all the Planned Parenthood Hudson Peconic board members who are here tonight. Rena Schifrin, President, CEO of Planned Parenthood Hudson Peconic, and Diane Max, the Board Chair of Planned Parenthood New York City. I would also like to recognize State Assemblyman Fred Thiel and the Honorable, thank you Fred for being here, my pal, and the Honorable Janet DeFiore, Westchester County District Attorney. I extend special thanks to the entire Martyr family. This is an incredible, generous thing that they're doing, opening up this facility to us and to this event. They're really good community supporters. I'm against Wine and Spirits and the Brazilian drummers for their donations. And it is always a pleasure working with the wonderful staff at Nick and Tony's. Special thanks to all the people and businesses who donated items for the silent auction. I donated a lithograph to the silent auction. It's right over there. So I encourage you to bid high, bid often, and remember that in the case of mine, it is a print, so there is more than one. Please let someone know if you'd like one, someone from the staff. And finally, we are on a personal note, I have a long-standing debt and commitment to Planned Parenthood myself. I was raised Catholic, and there was no other affordable and confidential place I could think of to go to for birth control as a very young woman in Cleveland in the 1970s. In the early 90s, I stood with other women in Planned Parenthood's defense at the clinic in Manhattan on 2nd Avenue, as it was increasingly coming under attack from rabid and potentially violent protesters. And Eric and I were proud to host this event in 2000 out here in North Haven. I'm personally gratified at the wonderful response I received from my dear friends to this benefit. I'm deeply grateful to all of you here attending. It's a real point of honor to stand for rationality and compassion when a cause and its mission is so horribly twisted and attacked by its detractors. Thank you for your support, your generosity, and your courage. It's Plimpton, an accomplished actress who has achieved success on stage, screen, and television. For her work on Raising Hope, she was recently nominated for an Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy Series. And ever since I mentioned that I was doing this, all my friends are going, oh my gosh, you're going to meet Martha Plimpton, this is incredible. And for 2011 Broadcast Critics' Choice Award for Leading Actress in a Comedy. On stage, Plimpton most recently starred in the New York Philharmonic concert of Stephen Sondheim's Company, opposite Patti LuPone and Stephen Colbert. I'm so jealous. She divides her time between Los Angeles and New York City. Welcome, Martha.
Thank you. Thank you all for coming. I'm going to use this table, if you don't mind, to hold my remarks on. I really am encouraged and delighted to see how many people are here today, particularly on a holiday weekend. It's just lovely that you're choosing to spend part of your holiday with us, and I also want to thank Martyr Gallery and for letting us do this here. It's extraordinary of them. I'm gonna keep my remarks as brief as I can. But at the same time, I want to be a source of encouragement to all of you. And so there are some things I want to say that I think are important, and I hope you'll bear with me, and I hope you have a drink in your hand. As a very long-time member of Planned Parenthood's Board of Advocates, I think maybe about 20 years, if I'm not mistaken, Karen? Okay. I've been asked to speak to all kinds of people about what Planned Parenthood does and the difference that they make every day in the lives of women. I've toured college campuses, I've visited Capitol Hill with Karen, I've spoken with Congress members, participated in rallies and in beautiful civilized events like this. However, Never has the need for action and participation been greater in my lifetime, and I'm 41 years old, than it is today. Planned Parenthood, as we all know, is experiencing a sustained and highly irrational threat, and it's up to each of us to make sure that they can fight that threat effectively by serving the women who need them. For the past 2 years, since 2010, in the midterm elections, women's reproductive health and freedom have been under a serious attack. This is not a figment of our imaginations. This is a real thing, and it's having practical implications for women all over the country. And Planned Parenthood has been the focus of much of that effort to roll back major advances in women's reproductive rights that we've kind of taken for granted a little bit for the last few years. Women's health, unfortunately, is being politicized in a way that we thought was in our past. So your presence here is incredibly important. There's no way to overstate that in the effort to refocus attention on the needs of women rather than on the ambitions of politicians. It means we can cut through that disinformation to get to the truth about what Planned Parenthood really does. 1 in 5 American women will visit a Planned Parenthood health center at some point in her life. That's quite an extraordinary number. They come for all sorts of reasons, for cancer screenings, STD testing, contraceptive services, adoption referrals, prenatal care, sexual health education, or abortion services, which is a legal medical procedure that is a woman's basic right under the Constitution. It's important that we all remember that. Each year, over 4 million men, women, and teens will visit a Planned Parenthood health center. Americans, the truth is, Americans have a very positive view of Planned Parenthood and the role that they play in helping women stay healthy and make informed decisions about their bodies, in educating teens about sexual health and preventing unintended pregnancy, and serving the underserved, which is hugely important. Planned Parenthood is vitally necessary. We know it here. The people who utilize the services at Planned Parenthood Hudson Peconic know it, and the American people know it, because let's face it, it's really not difficult to imagine where we would be without them. We've been there, and we're not willing to go back. Before Planned Parenthood was founded 90 years ago, American women had no safe or reliable place to go for this vital healthcare information. In your neighborhood, Planned Parenthood Hudson Peconic, who we're here to support today, has been an indispensable provider of these services for generations. They will celebrate, and this is amazing, their 80th anniversary next year. Incredible. Give them a hand. They haven't changed. So I want to share some numbers with you so you'll have an idea of just how important PPHP is. In 2011, Planned Parenthood Hudson Peconic provided high-quality, affordable, confidential reproductive and sexual health care to nearly 31,000 patients through nearly 58,000 visits, and delivered approximately 200,000 health care services through their 12 health centers, 6 of which are here in Suffolk County. In 2011, PPHP brought innovative, medically accurate sex education workshops, peer education, and training to over 26,000 professionals, students, teens, parents, and community members through over 1,600 programs. Those are incredibly impressive numbers, and they illustrate just how critical they are to our communities. So Planned Parenthood remains, despite what, people want to tell us, the most recognizable and trusted source for reproductive health care for women and their families, despite the time, the money, and the energy that they have to spend to fight back against what is without question, in our time, the most sustained and extreme attack on women's fundamental right to health care. By showing your support today, you are helping to make it possible for Planned Parenthood to continue providing these essential services. Your generosity today, which is so appreciated, will allow PPHP to continue providing this high-quality, affordable, confidential health care, medically accurate information. Okay, that's an important distinction we want to make, because there are some people who would like to refer women to places that aren't interested in telling them the truth about their health. Planned Parenthood will tell the truth. Okay? These are counseling programs, and it's fearless advocacy for reproductive rights and justice. For instance, today, a donation of $1,000 provides 20 HIV testing and counseling sessions for women and men. $500 protects one young woman from cervical cancer with 3 necessary doses of the HPV vaccine. $250, that's practically nothing for many of us, right? Transports an entire busload of teen advocates to speak with their legislators. This is incredibly important because those legislators need to hear from our young people. $150 purchases 3,000 condoms. That's a lot of sex, you guys. $75 provides 3 men with a chlamydia or gonorrhea test. 2 of your other honorary committee members, Alec Baldwin and Isaac Mizrahi, were also members of the Board of Advocates with me. You'll receive, each of you will receive a sample of Isaac's newly designed proper attire condoms. Have you seen these? They're really hilarious. They say on them, proper attire required for entry. I love that. And proceeds from the purchase of these condoms benefit Planned Parenthood, of course, yay. And of course, Blythe Danner and Lorraine Boyle, fellow Board of Advocates members, are here today. I just want to wrap up by saying that each and every one of you has the power to make women's health and reproductive freedom a priority, not only here in your community, but in Washington as well. You can make your voices heard, and I hope you will, often and loudly. I hope you will be forceful and passionate in your advocacy, because your presence and your involvement really does make a difference. It's easy to feel like just writing a check or whatever is all we want or all we need, but it's not. Your continued, sustained involvement is what will keep Planned Parenthood around for another 90 years. We are so, so grateful to all of you for your support. Every one of you is a champion, and you're all helping women and their families and men lead healthier lives by being here. Thank you so, so much, and enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Thank you.
Hello, darlings. You've all heard of Marilyn Monroe. Some of you know Bridgehampton. Well, now it's time for the Cognac show. I said Cognac, ooh, ooh. I said Cognac, ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm a bubbly blonde, fabulously dressed to impress. One of a kind girl. This has been a Crybaby Productions, darlings.